Why is he showing a toothbrush? We don't need to see that toothbrush. It looks nasty. Yes, it does. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom Talk, where on Wednesdays I provide you with some wisdom that I gained over the years, as well as lessons learned over the years. And I'm going to cover a couple of things that I think a lot of us tend to forget about. And it's kind of a hygiene thing as well. And hopefully it'll help some people out. And the reason why I'm going to cover this and why I'm showing the toothbrush, because that's one of the topics I want to cover. So first things first, toothbrush. If your toothbrush looks like this after a month or so, you're brushing your teeth too hard. This toothbrush is an old toothbrush that I stopped using. You're supposed to change it out every, I believe it's 3 to 4 months. If it starts looking like this, you're brushing your teeth too hard. And if it's starting to look like this by the 3rd or 4th month, it's time to get rid of it. If you brush your teeth too hard, you could be ruining your gums. Rico, how do you know that? Because I used to brush my teeth too hard. I used to hold my toothbrush almost like this. And I used to brush my teeth. And I used to hold it real tight and brush real hard on my teeth. And my gums recessed because of that. And my dentist said, oh, you got beautiful teeth, but your gums are recessing, which caused pockets. And those pockets aren't any good because you can get food stuck in between the tooth and the gum. And it's not good when it cleans because they got to do a deep clean, which costs more. So one, hold your toothbrush like this when you're brushing your teeth, just like this. And brush like this, very lightly. Change it over and brush your teeth like this. I'm not putting this in my mouth because, again, yeah, I got rid of it 3 or 4 months, and this is an old toothbrush. We tend to repurpose our toothbrushes for cleaning purposes inside the house. My wife uses it when she's doing hair because it helps with massaging the scalp. It's something that she learned with it. And I'm not going to go through all the things you could do with this because that's something to be covered on Fun Day Friday. And it's not Fun Day Friday. It is Wednesday Wisdom Talk. So again, hold your toothbrush like this and brush like this. Another thing, a lot of people will use a piece of, here, let me show you. Use a piece of tissue. A lot of people, when they put toothpaste on their brush, they think the toothpaste should be like this, and it shouldn't. And as you saw it just fall off, that's what happens when you first put it in your mouth. Half of it falls in the sink. And a lot of you can sit up here, oh, it should be that way. No. The amount of toothpaste that's supposed to be on your toothbrush that you're supposed to use, and it's going to surprise you. Here's a toothbrush, right? That's the amount of toothpaste. That's the amount of toothpaste that you should have on your toothbrush when you're brushing your teeth. No less, but definitely no more. Yes, I've talked to several dentists about that. You don't need a lot of toothpaste on your toothbrush. It's not going to benefit you at all by putting more toothpaste on. It's kind of like putting tons of soap in your washing machine. And that's another thing I'll talk about later on. Putting a whole cap load of soap in your washing machine thinking that your clothes are going to get cleaner. No. The more soap doesn't make your clothes get any cleaner. Just like the more toothpaste on your toothbrush is not going to make your teeth or help your teeth get any cleaner. You're wasting a lot of toothpaste, thus you're going to be wasting a lot of money. Because I guarantee you, half that toothpaste ends up in your sink when you start brushing your teeth. Because it falls off or falls out of your mouth the minute it contacts your teeth because you're smiling and breastfeeding and all that stuff. You don't need a lot of toothpaste. Another thing, sticking with the teeth, with your mouth. And the reason why, like I said, I wanted to talk about the toothbrush thing is that me and a coworker were talking about gummy bears and licorice. Those are the worst things you could be putting in your mouth. Gummy vitamins, gummy bears, licorice, all that candy or that type of candy will get caught in between your teeth. Your teeth aren't a perfect smooth surface. Your teeth have crevices in them. The hardest spot to get food and anything else on your teeth is the area between your teeth. Yes, again, lesson learned with me. For years, I did not have any cavities. When my child was born, we started giving them gummy vitamins because they ate them. It was easier to get them to eat those than any other vitamin. And I was thinking, oh, they have vitamins in it. They're good for you. Come to find out, it's just a bunch of sugar. It's more sugar than vitamins in those things. And they're not worth it. So over the years, giving my child that vitamin, those gummy vitamins, and every now and then licorice, me being daddy as an adult, I started taking them too. I'm sorry, I got something in my eye. I started taking them too, as well as eating the licorice, only red licorice. I'm not a big fan of licorice, by the way. I was eating them because my child was eating them. So we had to take our child to the dentist, and this is when they had their baby teeth. Found out that I think there was 3 of them had to be pulled because they were just rotted out in between each other. Not on top, but in between, like in between your teeth. In between here, right here. But in the back. Mind you, we flossed. So the dentist goes, that child dentist didn't know. They said that we have to pull your child's baby teeth, 3 of them, because they're rotted out. Don't worry, they'll have the adult teeth coming in a few months. Every time I looked at my child after that eating, rewrite a little bit. They did ask if what their diet was. And we mentioned that they were eating the gummy bear vitamins, licorice, and some other things. They're like, yeah, that could be the reason why. But they didn't explain why. They just said that they had a lot of sugar, more sugar than they did the vitamin. So, yes, I did my research. Well, lo and behold, because I was doing the same thing, I went to the dentist, found out that 4 of my teeth, in the back. Now, mind you, I floss and brush. Not this bad, where the toothbrush looks like this anymore, but I brush and I floss. And I asked the dentist, I said, why in the world do I have like 4 cavities? 3, I think it was 4 cavities. And the dentist said, well, he said, it's kind of unusual. And then he looked up at me. He goes, by any chance, do you eat licorice? And my eyes went pink, and I started thinking. And I said, I've been eating those darn gummy bears, those Welch's gummy bears. As a matter of fact, they're supposed to have real fruit in them. It's more sugar than fruit. The vitamin gummies, and I told him every now and then I would eat licorice. And the dentist says, oh, that's death to your teeth. He goes, that's why your cavities are in between your teeth. The reason is your teeth, again, aren't perfectly smooth. Think of your teeth like your hand. See all these crevices and like that? When you floss, think about taking a piece of paper and just going like this. That's all it's doing. So it's not getting in between this crevice. It's not getting in between this crevice, the crevice down in here, these little crevices. So that gummy stuff, it's really, really bad. It sticks. And it sticks for a long time. And for those of you who eat licorice and gummy bears, worms, all that stuff, you notice you're always like trying to suck it off your teeth because that's how strong it sticks to your teeth. You could suck it off the front, you can suck it off the back, but you're not getting everything in between. My 4 cavities was 2 of them were on one tooth. Say this is the tooth sideways. It was cavities on this side of the tooth, cavities on this side of the tooth. Well, guess what? It also hit this tooth and back of this tooth. So I had them clean, drill them, clean them. I mean, it was just hell. And because of the damage that it did, I ended up getting 4 crowns. They had to literally get rid of the teeth because that gummy stuff it got so deep that even when they drilled the tooth, the walls were a little too thin. So when I was eating on one of the tooth, it literally cracked. So they had to replace that one with the crown. The other one, the filling came out. They had to, when the filling came out, they had to clean it out and went deep. And they're like, well, the cavity's a little bit too deep for us to get. We'll have to crown this one. So be careful with licorice. Be careful with gummy worms, gummy bears, whatever it is. Stay away from that stuff. It's death to your teeth. Trust me. You don't want to go through getting root canal and then crowns on your teeth. You don't want that. So off of the dental thing for now. That's the wisdom I have to give you. Replace your toothbrush every 3 to 4 months. Do not brush hard to where it looks like this. When you brush, hold it on a size like this. Brush gently. Toothpaste. The amount of toothpaste that you put on your toothbrush should be equivalent to that. No more, no less. You do not need a big glob of toothpaste like that sitting on your toothbrush. And it'll save you money. You'll see that in the long run too. Another thing, going to your feet. Yes, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit that topic as well. I changed my shoes out, and I just changed them out this month because I do it by calendar year. If you do a lot of walking, you should have a separate pair of shoes for that, because it's supposed to be 350 to 500 miles. You should change your walking shoes out or your running shoes out, whichever they are. For your everyday shoes like this, it should be every 6 months. You should change your gym shoes out, or any shoe, because it starts losing. You can't see in here, but it starts losing. Let me see if I can show it. Yeah, I can. It starts losing its arch support. Let me get my. Again, I repurpose my toothbrush. Ta-da! It's a pointer now. So right here, right over here is your arch support. And then back here is your heel. Mine looks pretty good. If your heel portion here, let me give this a little wisdom. If your heel portion here, if you see a huge indent, how am I holding this? I'm trying to see where. Here we go. If you see your heel indent right here in your shoe, right here, you're walking too hard on your heel. You hit your heel really hard. That cushion in your shoe shouldn't have that type of indentation. When you feel the inside, I would rip this apart. But if you feel inside, put your hand inside your shoe, you could feel, like I could feel my toes and then the ball of my foot right here. And part of the cushion getting ripped out. I can't show it, but again, this shoe I had for a little bit over, I'm going to admit, I think I wore it for maybe 7 months, 8 months. Yeah, I think it was 8 months. It was way overdue. But getting back to the arch will give out after 6 months. For those of you who have achy feet, your arches are hurting, start changing your shoes out every 6 months. Every 6 months. Change those shoes out, because it's killing your arch, because it has no arch support in there. And please, the cushion is gone as well. So for those of you who walk and you walk a lot on your heels, on the back of your foot, the ball of your foot in the back, I think it's they call it the heel. But anyway, if you walk on that, if you put a lot of pressure on that area. So guess what? That cushion's gone. You're jarring that bone, which goes up through your leg and into your back, which can cause you back issues as well. If you don't believe me, ask chiropractors, ask doctors. Your feet can cause you back injuries if you don't take care of them as well. Also, knee injuries. So change those shoes out every 6 months. Another thing with your shoes, if you keep wearing them until they just fall apart, they're going to start stinking. Your feet sweat. Bacteria builds up, and that bacteria is stinky. It's very hard to get rid of it. You could put your shoe in the washing machine thinking that you're going to wash it and it's going to smell good. That just incubates the bacteria more, because you add more moisture into your shoe. You think it's dry. You put your foot back in there. Some of that bacteria hasn't died. Your foot starts sweating again, and now you just got more bacteria in your shoe. Some people wear their shoes, and this is a leather shoe. Stop talking about that. This is a leather shoe. So my foot sweats inside that leather shoe. Some people wear their shoes without any socks, which causes more stink in your shoes, which can also cause you with foot fungus, or they call it athlete's foot. And then it can affect your nails, your toenails. A lot of issues can happen. Yes, it's happened to me. And I had to go to the doctor, take some pills to get rid of whatever that fungus is that grew underneath my toenail. It's not pretty. Luckily, it really didn't damage my toes or anything like that, but it's something that you definitely do not want. It doesn't look pretty. So now my toes look good. And yeah. I think that's all I have to say about the shoe. Change it out every 6 months or 500 miles, I think. Yeah, 500 miles. But who knows what 500 miles? I think 350 to 500 miles is close to 6 months. I think they said it's approximately six months of walking. But yeah, change them out. It's good to change those suckers out. And another thing too, see here, I drag my foot. I drag it. But if you look at the base here, this is a pretty good looking bottom. Even though I've worn this shoe for 8 months. That's pretty good. Usually, if it's worn out a lot right here, you're walking on your heel. If it's worn out here, you're walking on a lot on your toes. Mine is just like here it's scuffed because sometimes I'll walk and when I go to pick up my foot off like this on the ground, it's scuffed right there. Here, sometimes I'll drag my foot, and that's why you see this right here. But yeah, get those changed out, get that fixed. Other than that, I think that's enough talking. I gave you three helpful hints. At least I can remember 2 good helpful hints. Yeah, 2 good helpful hints. The toothbrush and the shoes. So with that being said, thank you for listening. I hope this helps you out in life. And continue to watch Wednesday Wisdom Talk. And click the thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, hit the bell for notifications for future videos. And again, until our next video, see ya.